managing countless special appointments, AFO fittings, wheelchair repair appointments, and advocating regularly on his behalf at school and in the public settings, I have to be strong. But all of that is nothing compared to actually being the person living with one of these diseases. I continue to be amazed daily at my son's strength, resilience, and character, living every day as if he's just like every other kid on the playground. This year alone, he's played on his Little League baseball team designed for children with special needs. He's the water boy for his school football team and attended the MDA summer camp. These are the things that, as they're called, typically developing children do every day. For our children, these opportunities are few and far between. My family is fortunate to live in a school district where our educators and school personnel and other students are so accepting and encouraging, allowing my son to be just another kid in the classroom, as opposed to being the kid in the wheelchair or the kid in braces. Out in public, it's a whole different scenario. People stare, and once, when he was about 6 or 7, still riding in the stroller, a man looked at my husband and he said, "He's too big for that thing." My husband calmly replied, "He has a problem with his legs." And the man said, "I don't care. I'd throw him out of it and make him walk." It is my personal belief that some people are just ignorant to disability. Though that's not purposeful, it tends to be true, especially for children with disabilities. I just don't think that people can truly understand what it's like to watch everyone around you do all the things that you can't. My son has to watch his siblings outside throwing the football, jumping in bouncy houses, and riding their bikes around the neighborhood. We tend to avoid social gatherings and events in which he can't actively participate. Because even though he's a good sport and never wants to hold his siblings or friends back, we do have tears and have to hear him say it's hard to watch him do all that stuff. Which leads me to my point. MDA is an extraordinary resource for individuals and families living with one of the many neuromuscular diseases we have. MDA Camp is the one time of the year that our children get to go and just truly be themselves in an environment where every other child knows and understands the daily struggles of being a kid with a disability. Camp is completely free for all of these kids to attend and solely supported by your gifts and donations to the association. On the medical side of things, MDA is working daily with researchers around the world to fund continued research and support to find treatments and cures for our family members. If I remember correctly the recent conversation I had with Diana, that only 14 out of 244 grants were given due to a lack of funding. There is power in research, and my son is living in evidence of that. In February of 2017, Exondys 51 was the first ever FDA-approved drug to treat Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It took another 6 months and several appeal letters and phone calls to get insurance to pay for it, but we did it. Reese began treatment in August. We drive weekly to VCU Children's Hospital in Richmond, 4 hours away from home, and every mile is worth it for our son to get the treatment that he needs. Exondys isn't a cure, but it offers hope and longevity. Hope that it will slow down the disease progression, while in the meantime we continue to support our researchers and can find our boys and girls a cure. A cure for all the diseases that plague our family members and friends' bodies. And not to get all sciencey on you, but until recently I didn't know that only 13% of boys with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy can even get the newly approved medication due to their gene deletion. That means 87% still have nothing. This is why it's imperative that we continue to advocate for and support the Muscular Dystrophy Association. We must continue to raise awareness and get the word out about neuromuscular disease. We must continue to raise public awareness about accessibility. We must remain strong as our loved ones that are affected. We must hope for a cure. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla, for saying that better than many of us